Howdy, everybody. Jim Warren with the Asphalt Pavement Exchange. Glad you guys are here this month. We're doing a couple things a little bit differently, but it's been about a year now since we got started, and I wanted to give everybody an update, kind of where we're at. Done a lot of stuff, got a lot of programs going. It is busy at Apex. So, a couple of things. Just this year alone, we've already done 6 workshops, 6 of the essentials workshops. That's a 2-day program that's covered basically everything from materials, design, construction, and maintenance, all in a 2-day activity. We're trying to do a lot of hands-on stuff. We're continually building things. We've got stuff going on back here. We're always trying to think up new things of how to make complicated things simple so everybody understands it. Anyway, so we've done 6. That was almost 500 people we touched this spring. We are booking 6 more locations in the fall. I'll show you those here in just a second. And then we're going to book another 6 in the spring for 27. So within about a 6-month period, we will have 12 opportunities for you guys regionally across Texas to come and learn more about Asphalt Essentials. So that's a big, big program, and that's one of the aspects of Apex that we were set out in charge to do. This year, this spring, we were also charged to start going out and doing some education. So we have tied up with the partners in quality meetings. I think probably most of you guys have either been to one of those or seen one of those, but that's a regional or that's a district meeting. Sometimes they're combined. And so what we're working on those programs and getting out and getting those things done as well. So we've been to Houston, Beaumont. We've been up to Lufkin, Tyler, and Atlanta. We've done Corpus, Wichita Falls, Childress. We've also done Fort Worth. So we've done a bunch of these already. And what we're doing is we're doing an hour-and-a-half session just on joint construction. Well, we can spend some time on that. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to couple some things together. Joints, ride, awards, good paving techniques, and quality paving, which is all going to give us longer lasting, more durable asphalt pavements. That's the ultimate goal of this whole program, is to give us longer life pavements. And what we talk about in this program is it's a lot of attention to detail. There's a lot of little things that lead to big things to give us good ride. And when we have good ride, we have good texture. Old Chuck Fuller, if you guys don't chuck, if it looks good and rides good, it's probably going to be good. And we've pretty much proven that out. So those are the things that we're focusing on with that program. Let's see, mini sessions. We've started to do some mini sessions. If you just want us to come in and do something, give us a call. We did San Antonio a month ago. We went in, we spent a half day with them. We did the joint construction program, and we also did a tack program based on tacking coat. And that piece of equipment back here, right over there, is a testing jig that we actually made samples in class, and we actually tested them. It was a lot of fun just learning about those things that impact tack. So if you're more interested, give us a call. So we're building some of that out. We're looking to try to build out some more programs we can go in-house to people and touch us. And it's not just for TxDOT, and for contractors, consultants. If you want something, we want to try to deliver something, and we're working on additional programs for you guys. Hey, we hired a summer intern. He was one of the winners from the Asphalt Rodeo this year, and so he's a Texas State guy named Anthony. He'll be part of us for this summer, and we're going to work on him, and he's going to help build us more props and more things that we can use in the class and help us do a little bit of research as well as we go down the road. Obviously, if you're seeing this, obviously we're online. We've all been on LinkedIn. If you haven't found us on LinkedIn, please go to LinkedIn, type in Asphalt Pavement Exchange, and we'll be there. Please subscribe and follow that group. We're also looking at some other social media platforms. Haven't quite got those sorted out yet, but that's something else we're looking to try to do again, just to help get the word out in the process. What else? We started talking to some people about building some additional instructors that can get out and teach, and we do have some already. But obviously, big state, big program. We've got to get more people out there. So if you're interested and you got a passion for doing it and a passion for teaching, let us know. We can maybe work something out. One of the big things that we've been working on for quite a while is our website. Finally got it up to speed. And what we're going to do here is we're going to show you the website. And we'll click over here and click back and forth. But I wanted to show you this because this is a culmination of a lot of effort. Part of Apex is a knowledge sharing program, and so that's a big part of what we're doing. So when we go to the website, if you go to your browser and you type in apextx, apextx.org, it'll bring up this website here. And so this is our homepage. This is version 1 or phase 1 of our thing. We've got a lot more stuff planned, but we wanted to get something up and running. So we've got some main areas in here: knowledge exchange, about, everyday asphalt, events, contact, and join us. One of the things I wanted to kind of throw this out here right now is if you're not on the mailing list, you need to click that join us button. Go down here and put your basic information in here so we can give you information, so we can get in touch with you. This whole program is based on communication. Our link here to our mailing list is our main form. Now, we're going to be doing social media and email and all that kind of stuff, but we want to be able to connect with you directly, and our mailing list is how we do that. Every month we put out a newsletter. We put out tips. We put out professional development tips, a technical tip, information about what's new. We've got a lot of new stuff that's coming out, so that is the place to go to get in line, to get in line to learn everything that we're doing. So that is a key function of what we're doing. So back to the website here. Again, this is our knowledge exchange program. If we just go up here at the top and mash on this knowledge exchange button, it's going to take us to a searchable database. Now, the database is information that we've either developed or we're referencing back to TxDOT. That is one of the main goals that we're trying to do, is since this is a TxDOT initiative, wherever there already is an answer on TxDOT's website or a system associated with that, we're going to drive back to that. So make sure you can get that. You can get it from the horse's mouth. So if we're talking about the 24 specification, we're not going to have my version of 24 specification. We're going to have TxDOT's version of the 24 specification. So how does this work? Well, you've got all these drop-down menus up here. And you can see as I kind of go across here, you can see these different things. Or you can just put in something in the search bar and just type it in. So let's kind of go through this. All the results are going to be down here. And you can see there's a bunch of them. But it's just too much to kind of sort through. So let's pick on an area. Let's pick on field construction. All right. So there's 22 items in here that are associated with field construction. Best practices for prime, contractor's perspective. Again, we've got these things set up differently. This is a podcast episode. This is an infographic. This is a technical document, etc. Let's dig down a little bit deeper. Say we wanted something on compaction. Oh, actually, let's do this one. Let's do design for ride. We've got a couple there. So we come down here. We've got a couple documents in here. And these are TxDOT documents. These are technical document, TxDOT manual on pavement design, and the PMIS scores, etc. So we've got more stuff in here as well. Paving, we went to paving. We clicked on that. We would have some everyday asphalt in here. So there's actually some ride associated things in here as well. And so you can click on these. You will go directly to that YouTube site, and that'll pop up. And then you can kind of jump right into the program and go from there. And so some of this stuff we've actually got set up here. So this is a program we did with Dr. David Madden a while back, and so he's just a great guy in there. So we've got a lot of stuff associated with this. I think we've got 140 references so far in this program, and I think we just dropped another 10 or 15 on Friday. So just a whole bunch of stuff in here. About us is a little bit about the program itself. Bash on that. Drop down the little button down here. This talks about our program, our task forces, etc., our asphalt pavement specialists. There's our staff. That's what we look like. We've got myself, Jennifer. She's kind of the administrative person, keeps us all on track. Dr. Keaton Hernandez keeps us in line as far as adult learning and just going to kind of help us manage a lot of these programs. And Juan Carlos Pulido, who is he's our whiz at graphics and creative things and web stuff, and he's just a Zoom guy. So we're great. It's really great to have him. One of the other programs on our website down here is the Asphalt Pavement Specialist. We wanted to show you that, and we put this graphic together, or Carlos did, Juan Carlos did. And if you click on it, this will bring up who the Asphalt Pavement Specialist is in those particular districts, and you can click very easily, and then you can click on that, get that person, and contact them directly. The asphalt pavement specialist is the person in the district that's supposed to be kind of the go-between between the materials, design, construction, and maintenance people, and also serve as a liaison to help get our material out to the industry. So you'll see them at partners and quality meetings as well. A lot of stuff going on there. We've got stuff on our everyday asphalt. Again, that's what you're going to be seeing here. But we put all those episodes up there. Direct link there to watch them on YouTube. Again, these are broadcast on the third Thursday of the month at 3 o'clock, and you should be listening to that, watching or listening to this now. But then we also put them up on YouTube. We also put them up on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, so you can listen to them in the truck. Don't watch them while you're driving, but you can certainly listen to them while you're driving. Got some great quotes in here from some of the big folks at TxDOT and the contracting industry, just kind of talking about what this program is and what it can do. This is where we will see coming down here. These are our locations for the fall. Now, registration isn't open yet because we're finishing up contracts with these locations. All these will be at hotel properties except for Fort Worth. That will be at the district office. But as soon as registration is open, it'll be there, and then you can click on the registration and you can attend free of charge and come to the program. So that's a pretty cool deal. We've got a whole bunch of links in here and these will go directly to different locations. There's a link to the HMAC Center, and again, that'll bring up the HMAC. So if you can't remember all these things, you can remember apextex.org, and that'll help a lot of these links in there. We go definitions, software, links to TTI, NCAT, a bunch of YouTube sites in here, TxDOT, paving checklists that are in here as well. Great opportunity to look at those right now because hey, it's paving season, so let's get squared up with that. So whole bunch of stuff there that we can look at. And again, where do you find us? You find us at apextex.org, and bookmark that, and keep us in mind, and keep checking back. And again, make sure you join us. Join the mailing list to make sure you are online all the time, and when we have something new, we'll let you know what we've got. So that's a big aspect of what we're doing. Again, we're going to continue to build that out. I'll continue to put more stuff in there every month. Where we've got in our newsletter, we'll let you know what's new, so you can come online and look at that kind of stuff in there. So great opportunity to start interfacing, start seeing a lot of stuff that we've done, a lot of resources that are easy to find from TxDOT's perspective, and other resources as we put those up in there. So a lot of stuff going on. So kind of wrapping this part up, and then we'll kind of transition into another area. We've got 9 of these working groups. We've got about 185 people, not salary, but people from the industry, from TxDOT, from the industry, from the consultant world, that are part of this program on these working groups, development groups, etc., that are helping us come up with the ideas, foster and kind of synthesize these ideas, and then help us walk through to figure out how to build these things out. So right now we've got 9 working groups. We've got the asphalt pavement specialists, communication, construction inspection, the essentials. We already talked about the work groups for that. We've got the new flexible pavement inspector program. That's going to be coming online. Our first meeting is in July. We hope to pilot that by the end of the year. We've got a group on materials and mix selection, pavement design, ride quality, and what is last but should be first is safety. Okay, it should be last, but it's first in safety. 3 of those working groups, we're already working on products, and we've got 6 products under development. We've just got stuff from understanding mix types to working on kind of a digital online pre-pave agenda that's got drop-down menus and stuff place to add things that's going to make the pre-pave agenda a lot cooler. Working on mix selection, ride quality, etc. Several projects on ride quality. And so we've just got a whole bunch of stuff going on, and we've got years and years, literally, of topics to develop. So this isn't going away anytime soon. But so just stay with us and let us know if you'd want to be part of this or kind of interested to help at all. So we got a lot of people working already, but eventually we're going to need some more folks. So anyway, so that's kind of the big picture, if you will, for this program, for Apex. That's kind of the update right now. Again, a lot of stuff going on. Get on that newsletter, get on that mailing list for the newsletter, and so we can stay up with you guys. So what I wanted to do, to be brutally honest, one of the things we plan on doing this month just didn't work out. That happens, okay? But we have been spending a lot of time on, as we're talking about joints this year, etc. One of the big things is ride quality. So what we put together is if you look at ride quality, a lot of the resources that we've got, including the videos that we've done over the last couple years, we're going to go through. Now we're going to jump back and do a little rehash on some of the top pieces out of these everyday asphalt sessions for the rest of this show. And so we're going to bring those to you and then show you again. There's just a whole lot of resources. We're not going to show you 5 hours worth of stuff, but we're going to show you bits and pieces from about 5 or 6 shows that we've done, anywhere from talking to TxDOT to talking to industry, talking to consultants, etc., talking to Chuck Fuller, just focusing on this area. So we're really excited about it. We're really glad to have you be part of this team. Thank you for joining us this month. We'll see you next month with another new program. But hang in there, because I really think it's important if you kind of get these nuggets out of these workshops, out of these everyday asphalt episodes, and then if you want, you can go back and watch the rest of them. But we pulled some discrete things out that we think will bring you a lot of value. So in the meantime, hang in there. Glad to have you guys part of this. Keep doing the right thing. Keep making good asphalt. Let's make this something we can all be proud of. So ever forward, everybody. Take care now and hang in here. Here we go. Okay, our goal today, again, we're on the road. We're actually outside of Hunter's shop right down here in San Marcos. And our goal is to start looking at some pavements and kind of putting some eyes to the discussion that we've been having. And I know you've been really involved in this, in the whole ride deal. So Glenn, why is ride important to you?
Yeah, so Jim, this started, well, probably about 25 years ago when I was an inspector on a project.
Oh, okay.
Probably even a little bit longer. I better do the math right. And what I learned quickly is what a paver can do and what the compaction equipment can do.
Yes, sir.
And I quickly learned if you can take out the multitask, and by that what I'm saying is a paver can do they can do you ride and a cross slope. They're very talented machines.
Right.
But when the compaction equipment went over a variable depth mat,
it laminates it back.
It did
to where it was.
And then I felt it.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to make sure that I truly understood how the paving equipment worked, and that brings in ride quality, the design for ride quality.
That makes a lot of sense, because your paver's paving from the top down.
But we're trying to build from the bottom up, kind of meet there in the middle.
That is correct.
Okay.
And so,
and if we don't do that, then we may think we're laying it okay, but by the time we roll it and then the traffic hits it, it's not where we thought it was.
That is exactly right.
Okay, that makes sense.
And so, Jim, when you design for ride quality, what you're doing, you're taking out that multitasking.
Okay.
Is what you're really doing.
And I think, you know, as we talk about in some of our classes and stuff, when we're laying asphalt, obviously the more uniform the lift is, the easier it is to get density.
Yes.
And the better off that whole lift is going to perform from one side to the other.
That is correct.
Okay,
So that was
perfect.
actually one thing that came out is the in-place air voids were more uniform.
Okay, that makes perfect sense.
And
that makes
so
perfect sense.
when you do that, you're going to get longer lasting pavers.
So it starts at design. You mentioned targets.
Yes.
Okay. What's a target?
Sure. So for me, it was always 30 ROI.
Okay.
When that project was being designed, my target was 30.
Okay.
Now that's an average for the entire project.
That's a good number.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that is pretty slamming good.
And so that was not a 30 for each 1/10 of a mile.
Okay.
That was a 30 for the entire project.
Okay.
As an average.
Okay.
And so, Jim, what I found out is when I continuously targeted the same number, I got better at understanding how to design for ride quality.
Okay.
And what would happen is we would constantly be in the upper 30s to even some of the low 40s.
Okay.
But I was consistently at those numbers, and that's a quality ride.
That's a
for
nice
project.
Yeah, all
Yes, sir.
over, all over. I don't think people really understand that.
Yeah.
You don't understand ride until it's rough.
That's correct.
When it gets smooth, you just kind of like, you just kind of relax. And sometimes if you're not on cruise control yet, you find yourself going a
Yes,
little bit faster.
So I found out it was better just to target one number
Okay.
than try to do a 30 and a 50 and just try to figure all this out. So I was very uniform in what I was doing.
All right.
And
That
allowed
makes
me to
sense.
be able to set up the
That makes
tools.
sense. That makes sense. You know, since, you know, we don't really build a whole lot of new roads.
Correct.
Wish we did.
Yes.
In some cases, we still will a few of them, but most of the stuff you're seeing is existing. So what are the top maybe 2 or 3 things that you think are the most important thing that we ought to be looking at when we're looking at these roadways?
Sure. So first of all, what we're talking about is primarily overlays.
Right.
You're right, Jim. It's
Right.
not new roads. The first thing is you got to have a stable foundation to do your overlay. And so you got to go and determine the square yard of pay and repair, which TxDOT has done an excellent job over the last 3 or 4 years trying to work toward getting that right number in the plans.
Okay.
Because what happens when you have to overrun an item, it's going to take away from something because they're trying to work within a budget. So establishing the pay and repair is number one. The second then is going to be to set up the tools. Which type of tool do you need?
Okay.
So for what I do, it was always spot level up,
Okay.
continuous level up,
Okay.
spot milling,
Okay.
or even a continuous milling, maybe profile milling.
Profile milling. Okay.
And then I think one area that people forget about is like fixed features.
Okay.
How to handle manholes and
Oh
water
man.
valves.
Yeah.
How to tie in intersecting roadways. How to manage your curb and gutter. And so
Not everything is an interstate.
that is right. So
Right.
probably a few more than what you were asking
Yeah.
for, but
No. I mean, that's
it's
perfect. I
all
mean, because
part of it.
it is a set of tools.
That is
right?
correct.
And
Yeah.
and you don't use a hammer to screw in a screw. You don't use a screwdriver to nail a nail. I mean,
Correct.
you want to use the right thing for the right application,
Yes, sir.
so it makes sense from that perspective.
Yep.
So I like that.
And so,
I like
Jim,
that.
doing all this in design, this is probably 90% of ride quality. But
is
this-
even before we get on the job.
absolutely, it has to be by design. In the
Okay.
design, yes.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So we got spot level up, continuous level up. What was it?
Spot milling,
Spot milling.
continuous
or
milling,
pro-
whether it's
or-
profile or regular.
Okay.
And then looking at your fixed
and,
features.
and,
that
and dealing with the structures and stuff.
That's
Okay,
correct.
very good. So what's the process? I mean, obviously, yeah, you want to do all this, but there's got to be a process that you go through.
Yeah.
So what is that process?
Okay. So this has been my process.
Okay.
This ain't in any kind of book, and you're not going to have some kind of software you can use. It's
The Glenn Dvorak method.
That's right. There's
right.
going to be 2 components here, and it's going to be you're going to get the existing IRI.
Okay. So we're gonna
Or
go
you
run
have-
the roadway.
That's right. Or you have
Okay.
to use your seat of your pants. Okay.
Okay. All
So,
right.
Jim, the typical process is I'm going to go get the existing RI. And then I'm going to go and find all the pavement repair.
Okay.
Because what I want to do is I want to take the pavement repair, highlight it on that existing RI. Because when I repair those areas, that actually changes the RI on that existing profile.
Brings it down.
It will bring it down. So it also brings the overall average down.
Okay.
Because I use the overall average then to say, hey, if I do one lift of 1.5 inches or greater, I'm gonna get a 50% 50% RI improvement.
I like the 1.5 inches or greater.
Yes.
It's hard to fix a lot with.
You can't do much with 1
an
inch.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yes,
Gotcha.
sir.
Gotcha.
And so then from there, if I need 1 or 2 continuous lifts to get me down, say close to a 50 and a 40,
Okay.
then I know at that point all I got to do is go look at the localized roughness.
Okay.
So the localized roughness will be the most difficult because it's nothing easy. And we're going to go do a little ride here in a little bit.
We're gonna go
And
take. We're gonna go take a
some of
look
that.
and see.
But the overall process is to get an existing RI, go find your pay repair, match it up to your existing RI,
Okay.
adjust those 1/10 of a mile sections, and get you a new overall average for the roadway.
Look at this project now. You can see it, and we'll be switching back and forth. So what are you looking at when you see a project like this? What are things that what do we need to do?
For this project, what I look at. So let me stick with just myself.
Absolutely.
So first thing I do is a drive-through.
Like
I'm
we're
out
doing.
here. What are we looking at?
Yep.
How does it look? Is there cracking? And I don't know if the camera is clear enough or not, or if it is. You can see that there is some cracking.
There's some cracking in the
There's
wheel path.
There's some cracking. So now I know that I need to know how deep is that cracking.
How
So that's just from a surface standpoint.
Is it going just through the asphalt, or is it going all the way to the base?
Correct.
Okay.
How
Gotcha.
far are we going? I'm looking for the depth. However, the first place I would have started is with old plans to determine, well, what are we constructed out of here? That's what you really need
Your
to do
as-built.
first.
Yep.
Your as-built.
Right.
So we would have done that before the ride, but now we're on the ride. So I'm
Now
going
we're
to
on
move
the
on to
ride.
those things.
Okay.
So just to keep that in mind. So I also note that the surface on the roadway is different than the surface on the shoulder.
Correct.
So it's totally different, which means there was a treatment of some sort, which is obviously a seal coat, just to be clear.
Yep.
It was obviously done, and the shoulders were left behind in some places.
Yeah.
This had a turn lane, so obviously it also got seal coat, but we left the rest of that alone, so
Right.
you're about to come up to a section where you see that it's not there.
Okay.
So we know we have different surface types. The other thing to check that's really important, it is not the case here, but the other thing to say is my shoulder lower than my roadway?
Right.
Because if you tell somebody to do a mill and inlay and you haven't cleared the fact that you wanted to leave the shoulder at this grade, you might have some issues if you did in fact leave a shoulder behind.
Sure.
Now,
Sure.
the other thing we'll note is that there shouldn't be any drainage issues throughout the section we're in at this moment.
Now they're going to clip back this. Well, where there isn't a curb, they need to clip this back so it drains.
Yes.
Okay.
High edges is something that is dealt with by the maintenance section and regularly discussed. You'll notice here that they're cut a little bit away. But as far as drainage goes, for compiling drainage or filling up for the roadway, you see we've got a good roadway with adequate ditches.
Yeah, I mean, structurally this looks pretty good. I mean, look, the water's draining. Don't really have we got a little bit of an issue there.
Yes.
But that'll be fixed when they cut those edges back. But overall, it's a decent ride. You know,
It's not
and
bad.
So it's not bad. And we've obviously got some crack sealing in here, and so we've got some cracking that needs to be dealt with. But this is, probably got a few years on it, so it's maybe ready to do something. So, so you're looking at the structural condition of the pavement. Now, when you come out, will you do, like on a road like this, will you do any forensic work on this? Will you do any FWD or any coring on this?
Yes, it has actually been done.
Okay.
So the FWD was used to determine the remaining life of the pavement.
Okay.
I was not worried about us going all the way down and rehabbing. I didn't need the modulus value of the subgrade, which is what you would normally be trying for. I wanted to know the remaining life of the hot mix layer versus the projected traffic for the design life. This was finished last year, so it mirrors exactly what's on the opposite side.
Excuse me.
We investigated it at the same time. We're just simply, it will be lit separate. It was obviously lit separately.
It
So
rides like Do you remember the IRI on this job?
Like it's in the 30s.
Yeah, it feels like it. Every bit of it. Every bit of it. I mean, it's pretty. It's a nice looking job.
We're talking about kind of manholes, water valves, and curb and gutter. Okay. How does that relate to smoothness?
Sensitive topic with customers. They want to sometimes raise the castings too quick.
Okay.
And so if they do that, then we're not able to continuous pave. So I really try to get out in front and have them cut the castings before we pave, right?
Okay.
And then before we pave our final lift, they'll come and raise their
Kinda raise
castings.
up.
And we're able to float our screed right over the top of the casting at that
Okay.
point, right?
And get them make sure at the right elevations
Right.
and
And
slope.
if they don't, and we just have like obstacles all around the job, right? And the guys can only pave to a certain point with the screed. They got to pick up. We make a joint.
Like a lower lift.
Yes.
Okay,
lower
okay,
lift.
gotcha.
And so they pave crazy sometimes, turning the paver odds and ends and not the flow of traffic
Because all
because
that
of the way
stuff's all randomly
the
located everywhere.
manholes, because
Okay.
for some reason they can't design a water line straight down the road and put the manholes and water valves in the center of the wheel path, right?
Right.
They're always in the wheel path, it seems like.
Well,
where
funny how
it-
that works, isn't it?
Yeah, and if they could just scoot it about 2 or 3 feet and we'd be in the middle of the road, it would solve a lot of ride quality
Okay.
issues.
Okay.
And maybe I don't understand the design of them water lines sometimes, and I'm sure it's more complex than we give it credit for, but
But you're trying to, I mean, it's part of your structure, right?
Right.
I mean, it's in the roadway, and you're trying to fix all that stuff. So I mean, it's just
and I
We've gotta
find
try to- it's always
when they raise them too quick,
okay.
they're not at the correct grade, because you wouldn't believe people lose string line. They cannot pull string line from curb to curb to make the
And
castings
you're
correct.
high, this high on one side,
That's
that
right.
low on the other side.
Because
You're
they'll come out and they'll have surveyor with his GPS or
whatever
his
they're
machine,
using.
right?
Yeah.
Giving grade instead of just pulling the old faithful string line from curb to curb and using that as the grade.
They want to come and put those manhole to level,
Okay.
and the road got 2%.
So the
So-
road's going like this, and
So the manhole
that.
like this, and the road goes sideways. So
Okay.
I mean, how you build that? There's no way to build it.
you're going to be
We
high on
just
one
match
side
it
and low on the other.
as the best we can.
Yeah. Okay.
So the right quality
Would
is
you
gone.
would you rather them just leave the castings down and pave and then raise later?
That's
So
the
you
best
can
thing to
get
do.
a smooth ride, or I'm sure that's
So
got other
that-
issues as well.
So on one job, they're already raised, and it's a minefield out there, really paving a minefield with all the castings.
Sure.
And so one of the obstacles is making the owner understand that, hey, we have all these obstacles that are going to affect the ride. You know, we need to make sure we leave these sections out that have these obstacles in it, because the design is a bump by
Your design,
design,
okay.
right?
You're designing
So
a
we
bump
put
the
bumps
pit.
in the road. We don't need to be penalized because of the design.
Okay.
We want to get started here. So
Yeah. So Jim, so tell me what's your 80-20 rule for paving? I know you use this all the time.
Yeah.
We talk about it. So where did that come from, and where did you get it from?
well, we look at everything that's going on, and again, this is my rule. Okay, I came up with this. I'll take credit or blame for it or whatever. But it seemed like when we're looking at stuff, about 80% of it just seems to be just getting things set up right.
Yeah.
If we can just get the paver set up right and we can feed the paver, it's going to do a good job. And if we don't mess with it, we're going to get a good job.
That's right.
And we got a lot of those projects out there that it's a good serviceable job. It's going to take care of it. It's going to do the work. But when you get to that next level, all of a sudden it just seems like there's something that's changed.
Right. Right.
And when you talk to the contractors and you see the work and you see them working, there's just something. Maybe consistent operation is not the proper term, but there's just a level of attention to detail.
Attention to detail.
And like a craftsmanship, if you will,
that gets you
that next level.
Yeah, and so that's kind of my 80-20 rule.
So if you set the paver up correctly, you're going to get a B job.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to you just
as long
set it
as
up
you
correctly.
feed it all right.
You're feeding it all right. You're going to get a B job.
Yeah.
It's that other 20% that you're talking about.
Yeah.
That attention to detail, that consistent operation is going to bring you to that next level.
Absolutely.
So
here's a video clip we use in some of our training programs.
I love this clip.
And what I just want to show some things here, okay? Just a general operation here. Got our screed operator right along the side here, being able to make adjustments in the width as we're going along. We've got a tack surface, we've got a consistent paving speed, we've got our end gate down, we've got our sensor here, our joint matcher in the right place. Let me back up, let me hit that one more time, I got started too early. We've got our feed control sensor in the right place at the right angle. We've got our head of material constant, which is real critical to the surface. When we get up here, you can see our augers turning properly. And when you look back here on the mat, what do you see? Is you see consistency. And you see a nice vertical joint there.
Absolutely.
That we're tying into an existing mat. There's our auger speed. Nice consistent operation. Nothing fancy.
No.
But man, it would lay a nice mat.
Well, and I like to see the end gates. You know, I always come back and these end
Right
gates,
there.
either they're warped or they've been hit, or they've hit a manhole, or they've been poked out, or they're not all the way down and they're not floating. You know, because of the screen or the springs. You see the springs there?
Yeah, you see the compression here, and you
yeah.
see there's actually a washer right there with a nut. And if there's that little free play in there, then that thing is actually pressing down on the pavement and allows the screed to float around that without lifting up and then material getting underneath that.
Absolutely.
So that to me is, I mean, again, nothing fancy.
No.
But it's set up, the mat looked
Set up
good,
correctly.
it rode good, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
That's right.
So again, when we get into texture, when we're talking about texture, we're talking about getting that proper paver set up. Barbara Green and Kat years ago came up with this paving by the numbers idea,
right.
where they basically got a checklist of making sure the paver is set up properly. And then once we get the paver set up properly, we feed the screed properly with maintaining this head of material. Nothing very complicated here. But again, this is, you know, now we're getting from that B to an A job by just doing these things. And the thing that is, I think, the most thing here is being consistent about it, doing it every time.
Every time. That's the thing. And again, the paving by the numbers, it's on our resource page, on our web page, underneath resources. We have a ton of resources there. We should be paving by the numbers, and again, every single time going through there and checking off, you know, the paving by the numbers.
So here's some textures.
Great looking
Here's
mats.
4 different textures. Here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I mean, that's about as consistent as you can find anywhere. We've got a wedge joint here for a drop off that we're building here, but I mean the consistency is when we talk about texture and we talk about looking at asphalt. When I go out and I'm looking for this. What this tells me we're doing right here. We've got that set up right.
And the paver set up right.
Yeah.
Right. That's the deal. The paver set up right.
And we're feeding it right. We got continuous paving. We've got that proper overlap of the materials from one load to another. We don't see cold spots. We don't see segregation.
Yep.
That's hard to do.
It is. You know,
it's hard to do. I'm not downplaying it. I mean, you got to have everything set up right. Okay.
And we're going to see a couple of pages.
Okay, now here's a video. Okay, we're going to show a couple different video clips. Here's the first one. This is a 6-lane, 3 lanes in each direction, urban environment. And again, what we're looking, we see
all the way across there. Look how uniform
it looks.
All
it looks
3
good.
of those mats, and the shoulder. That's the other thing.
Yeah, all the way to the
across
barrier. So
and it's really, to tell you the truth, it's easy to talk about, but it's hard to do. If you don't have a paving plan and you don't have a knowledge of it, and you're not doing it every single day, and you're not debriefing, you know. Again, we'll talk a little bit more about debriefing here in a minute. But
having that plan is critical.
Absolutely.
Having that plan is critical. Here's another one. This is an interstate.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So again, you know, interstate roadway. This is where the paver really shines. We just want to set it up and feed it and let it just run.
And let it do its job.
So
let the screed do its job.
And so it's a beautiful road. I mean, we're at speed all the way across. It's looking good.
So something about that, Jim. So you're in your truck, which is
Yeah.
it's like a
Chuck,
three-ton dually truck that rides. It's stiff. It's a stiff riding truck. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Chuck doesn't like riding my truck.
You're not going to get hurt in it. You can hit an 18-wheeler. You're not going to get hurt in it, but it is stiff. So
But you're right. I feel everything that's out there.
So when we're looking through these videos, I want everybody to watch the front of your truck.
Yeah.
Because again, you just don't see any kind of movements or bumps. I mean, it is it is smooth.
It's smooth. I mean,
got
it's just floating along there.
You got a smooth roadway, not a smooth riding truck. You got a smooth roadway. Just say.
We always have to go in his car.
Yeah, well,
so, yeah.
But you know, when you're bidding stuff like this from a contractor's perspective, what do you guys look at to say, hey, this job's gonna be okay, or oof, I don't know. Does anything come to mind?
Well, we're probably a little weird, is that my brothers and I, we are the estimators.
Oh, okay.
So we will come personally and look at every one of these jobs.
So everybody's going to put eyes on it. Family's going to put eyes on the job before you bid it.
Yes, we do have professional estimators, but the sequence of construction on how to build, we do that ourselves.
Okay. Okay.
And
so how many brothers are in the business here?
I have 2 brothers,
Okay.
and then we have 4 male generation 4s.
Wow.
That are in the business, and they're all in some aspect bidding work in themselves. But
so they're getting the. I think that's important because they're getting the whole experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not just coming out and building it. They've figured out, hey, I got to bid this, then I'm going to have to come build it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's interesting.
if I'm the lead on this job, on the sequence of construction, I'm responsible from cradle to grave.
Oh, okay.
So
okay. No, was it not my job?
no, it's my my older brother actually bid this job,
Okay.
so he's responsible
Okay.
to see it through to completion.
Okay, that's awesome.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Okay. So you got basically from the beginning to the end, you got somebody that's
Quarterbacking it.
quarterbacking. Okay. Your offense and defensive line. Okay. Obviously, they're the ones that make and lay it, right? How do you go about educating and training them, motivating them to understand what the goal is?
We do lots of internal training, just what is the equipment capable of doing.
Okay.
Equipment, production, smoothness, what it will do, that's kind of my deal.
Okay.
I am
You're
very
hands-on.
hung up on grade, constructability,
Okay.
that we go to great lengths to teach our young foremen and superintendents. This is what the equipment will do. This is how we expect. And
Okay.
when we actually come make a sequence of construction, I could give you a sequence of construction and you never even have a set of plans. That I have told you enough. We view it that the sequence, when we're building or bidding work, it's my chance to talk to you, the superintendent. This is what I was thinking and why, and spell it out, not bullet points.
Okay.
Spell it out
In detail.
in detail. That it's
So if there's any questions, then that's your superintendent can come back and say, well, why are we starting in this lane? Or
Yes,
something like that.
because from bid to build, it may be 90 days,
Okay.
or we could have bid a job in late September that had a seal coat was the first thing, that we're not going to start until May the 1st of the following year.
Okay.
I want to talk to them enough that they understand what we were thinking, but I'm going to have slept at least one day between there that I may have forgot what I was thinking. So when we write it out, just like you're listening to your audio book, it paints you a picture. And
Perfect.
you can hit rewind.
That's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. So you guys have got your plan. You've thought it through. You've got your construction plan. Obviously, your partner is the DOT. either at Louisiana or Texas or maybe Arkansas once in a while. How do you communicate with them? What's the process? Who in your organization is communicating on this job to the DOT?
We do have a general construction superintendent for Texas.
Okay.
That is his exclusive job.
Okay.
But he has 3 project superintendents that work under him.
Okay.
And then we have 2 paving foremen
Okay.
that typical
So it
go
goes
to the
up.
pre-con.
Okay.
Those 3 individuals are going to go to the pre-con.
Oh, okay.
Where,
So your foreman's actually at the pre-con.
yes, I want him
Okay.
at the pre-con.
Okay.
We started 25 years ago, the big buzzword was partnering.
Right.
Well, okay, that's lip service until you buy in.
Mm-hmm.
I've bought in to partnering.
Okay.
You know, I think when I sign a TxDOT contract, I consider myself a TxDOT employee on equal footing with the project engineer
Okay.
and his team.
Okay.
So,
So you're all in.
I'm all in that when
That means your people are all in.
when my guys are at that pre-con, it's not a TxDOT and a contractor. It is a unified team. Let's build a project.
Excuse me. Gotcha. Awesome. That's cool. That's cool. So what's up? Excuse me. I'm still fighting a cough here. What's your pre-paving meeting like? A lot of people don't like pre-paving meetings because they say they're just checking boxes.
Well, the TxDOT pre-paving meeting, they are adamant about it in District 19 and District 10, and I'm okay with that. That gets back to part of the partnering deal. The pre-paving meeting, we may have had go back to the chip seal job, we may have had a pre-con in October,
Okay.
but the pre-paving meeting, I consider that the second pre-con.
So a lot of stuff happening
May
between
the
now
1st,
and then. Yep.
before we got actually started, when season started. And it helps everybody get back reacquainted. These are the goals. We've got a touchy tie-in at a particular bridge with a reverse super elevated crown, and how are you going to
Fit that.
warp that in there and not trap water somewhere?
Gotcha.
Pre-paving meetings let everybody get back on the same page.
Okay.